The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Right now at 7, it is Valentine's Eve. Gentlemen, if you are planning the perfect night for your pookie, I clearly haven't seen this yet. We've got you covered with what people really want for Valentine's Day and how much people are planning to spend on their loved ones this year.
Well, myself and Eric Patterson, our trusty photographer, are out in the car. We always run into a dilemma. I'm too hot. He's too cold. I think we've cracked the case here with our sauna here. Eric, get that ladle. Put that thing in there. Let's. That's not where that was supposed to go. All right, guys, we got a lot more of this. Hopefully, I get warmer here in the next few minutes coming up.
Oh my gosh. Well, we can't top that, but we do have a live look at the Olympic flame cam as Team USA looks to up its medal count today. A live report is coming up from Milan.
Good morning, Pookies. Thank you for joining us. I can't believe I said that on air. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Happy Friday.
That's something that Rod Hill would say.
Pookie?
Oh, no, don't throw me into this.
No?
Wait, I have a question.
That's a Rod Hillism.
Was that water he poured on him hot or cold?
That was
probably cold.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a sauna? Bless his heart. I gotta teach him.
I've never really had to. It's always just.
It's always
Yeah,
there.
it's already hot already. I don't have to like heat it up
Princess
myself.
over here.
Yeah,
I'm with Matthew. I've never had to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank
All
you,
right.
Rod.
All right, we're going to attempt to get this show back on some sort of professional level, and it all starts with me. We have cloudy skies coming in. We have rain being picked up offshore. It's a nice morning because the clouds, kept us from getting cold last night. Here you can see the cloud cover from the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club out in Loa, and there's a comfortable temperature well above freezing, 40 degrees, winds are calm. Similar scene from the Wells Fargo camera looking out over the bridges to the south, 44 is the number, and to the bus stop we go. We do have rain in today's forecast, but we stay dry through the noon hour, 46 degrees. Now, you probably want to have the kids with the raincoat if they're going to be walking or biking, spending some time outdoors, coming home, because 2, 3 o'clock it will be raining and the temperature will be around 47 degrees. That rain will be steady into early evening tonight, by the way. Chris?
All right, we'll be on puddle patrol later today, but for now, we're pretty good out there. The road's actually being kind to us early on this Friday morning commute. We'll We'll take you to North Portland, I-5 up near the Expo Center. Southbound commute right there, zipping from right to left, and it is zipping along. Right now, the commute from Clark County is at a speed limit clip, as it is from Troutdale right now. 16 minutes gets you in from Troutdale to I-5. There's the I-205 commute out of Clark County. That looks good as well. TriMet reporting some delays, though, on West Commuter Rail because of some earlier debris blocking tracks down near Tigers. So delays up to 10 minutes right now on that commute, again, from Wilsonville to Beaverton if you are riding west this morning. Guys, back to you.
Chris, thank you. We knew this morning 2 people are in the hospital after crashing into the corner of a home in Sherwood. This happened just before 3 o'clock this morning. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue say that when they arrived, 2 people were trapped inside this pickup truck. Both were taken to the hospital, one with serious injuries and the second with moderate injuries. No one inside the home was hurt. The Red Cross is assisting them with temporary housing, and the cause of the crash is under investigation.
Get over here, Sheriff!
So this is a wild story. A suspect on the run while streaming the entire chase live on Facebook. That video was taken just south of Olympia, Washington.
Yeah, Alma McCarty gives us a closer look at not only that live stream, but the police dash cams that were rolling.
I'm getting ready to head out to work the road, and
Let's go!
heard a really shrill, blood-curdling scream come from a car.
The Thurston County Sheriff Derek Sanders saying this kicked off a police chase with the driver behind the wheel of that car blowing through a stop sign.
Nearly T-boned a vehicle that had the right-of-way, and then in blowing that stop sign, they were going too fast, so they went into the oncoming lane of southbound Center Street and almost went head-on with another car.
Here's footage of deputies following behind and live-streamed video of the suspect herself, blurred since she's not been formally charged with a crime.
In the stream, I think at one point she's driving without hands, smiling, laughing, having a good old time. So definitely not a joke to us.
The pursuit down I-5, reaching speeds of 112 miles an hour before ending with spike strips and the driver surrendering.
Yes, sir!
This case reminiscent of another viral one last year. A Portland man convicted of reckless driving after posting videos of himself speeding through parks or hanging out the driver's side window. The 33-year-old was found guilty in September and sentenced to probation and community service, but just 2 months later was back behind bars for doing it again.
That was Alma McCarty reporting. In the most recent case in Thurston County, the sheriff's office says the woman had admitted to using cannabis before driving.
To another chase now, one that turned deadly on I-205 in Westland Wednesday night. We're now learning that the driver was suspected in a Halloween holdup last year at a Central Oregon restaurant. Police say the man in this surveillance video was 54-year-old Douglas York, who robbed Sassy's in Redmond in October. Here's the manager at the time.
And then he told me that he had had a bad day. He threw a Crown Royal bag on the counter and showed me his gun that was underneath in his waistband.
York later pleaded guilty and was supposed to be sentenced Wednesday. Instead, according to sheriff's deputies, he escaped house arrest and was spotted speeding in Clackamas County. As they tried to stop him, they say that he rear-ended another car, eventually lost control, rolled over, was ejected, and died at the scene.
All right, well, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and we're talking all things Valentine's. This morning, we're getting you ready for Lover's Day. For those doing some last-minute shopping and planning how to find some good deals. And maybe you're still looking for some activities for Valentine's Day. Our Sunrise reporter, Thomas Schultz, is having way too much fun at the Sauna Festival that's kicking off tomorrow in Portland.
And yesterday, we asked you about your dream Valentine's Day gift. And well, later on Sunrise, we're going to show you some of your responses, which did not disappoint. But first, Corey Johnson joins us live from Southwest Portland at Sammy's Flowers. She has details on National Valentine's Day spending records and how it is benefiting local businesses.
Yeah, good morning, China. Matthew, according to the National Retail Federation, a recent survey they did on Valentine's Day spending showed consumers are expected to spend over $29 billion this year. That is a record for this particular holiday, according to the agency. Now, last year's spending sat at just over $27 billion. On average, shoppers are budgeting nearly $200 per person on gifts and experiences. And as far as gifts are concerned, 41% of those surveyed say they're planning to buy flowers for the big day. Locally, Valentine's Day is like the Super Bowl for flower shops. That includes Sammy's Flowers right here in Southwest Portland. Staff members tell me they brought in extra help this year compared to previous years as they prep hundreds of orders.
Regular normal day on orders, we're comfortably doing less than 100, but for Valentine's Day we have about maybe 600 going out in the span of 3 days. So all the roses usually come from South America. I think that's including like Colombia, all these other places. The ones that are more local are our tulips. So we have our tulips, our hyacinth, all these are just local farm works.
Now, coming up, we will break down more of that NRF survey for Valentine's Day that also highlights the most popular V-Day gifts in order of popularity, and also hear more from local florists about how they're prepping for the big day. Guys?
And this Valentine's Day weekend, something new is coming to town.
For the first time, you can go to the Winter Sauna Festival down in Milwaukee. That's where we find our Sunrise reporter, Thomas Schultz. All right, so Thomas, I see some water. Is this like a post-sauna plunge here now?
So here's the thing. Some go sauna and then into the Willamette and then back into the sauna. But right here, we got some people who go straight into the Willamette first and then into the sauna. I'm giving it a go. We've got our water temp is what, 46 right now? Is that right? 46.4. Honestly, this doesn't feel bad. Christine, I'm working my way over to you. Okay, now it's getting a little bit worse. Oh, this is cold. Okay, all right. So why do we do this?
It's wonderful. It's good for the immune system. It's great for mental health. It's great for community. And
Yeah, no, I clearly a big community. My legs are getting cold though. You guys do this what, 3 times a week? Is that right?
yeah, we do.
Okay. You get more acclimated to it. Is that also?
Absolutely. That's the reason.
Okay. So guys, first time, whatever, three days a week. That's when you really hit your groove, though. What keeps you coming back? The community. What about this is makes you guys say, you know what, we need to be a part of this 3 times a week?
It's fun. It is a little crazy, and that's part of what makes it wonderful. This group is the Milwaukee Bay Peahens. And there are other groups that are doing the same thing in other places.
And you guys fully submerge, is that right?
We go up to our neck.
They go up to their necks. So, China, Matthew, I'm gonna take this AirPod out of my ear.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this mic down.
I was just gonna.
And I'm going in, man.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh no, Thomas, bless his heart.
He's so cold.
Get in there.
Get in.
Quicker, just do it.
Oh
do it.
my goodness.
Just do it.
He can't hear us.
Oh.
Oh, poor Thomas. Oh! Does he stop socks?
What a wild one.
Oh my gosh. He can't hear us say thank you, but thank you so much, Thomas, for entertaining us throughout this morning.
Yeah, I don't want that for Valentine's Day, but we asked you guys yesterday what you wanted for Valentine's Day, what you really, really want. Christy from McMinnville says she wants wine tasting and dinner out for Valentine's Day.
I feel like that's a good one.
Yeah.
Sylvie from Fairview says that my husband goes to Division Wines every year and gets me anywhere from 6 to 12 bottles of wine. He knows the way to my heart. That's also a good gift there.
6 to 12?
That one's gonna last a little bit, hopefully.
Good for you, Sylvie.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Trained her husband well.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Is that for the weekend? Is that
right?
for the next
Listen,
6 months?
No
party
judgment.
on, Sylvie.
I don't have many things I'm committed to in my life, but one of them is I'm absolutely committed to not going into cold water. Here's our Futurecast motto. We have a dry morning this morning here in the valley. This does show rain picking up a little bit later this morning along the coast and then into Portland somewhere in that 1 to 2 o'clock hour. And notice this will be a solid rain band once it arrives. So the back half of your afternoon today, all raining into early evening, and then that will move on with the front and we'll get into scattered showers later this evening. Here are the clouds right now, still being reported as dry in Lincoln City from our Snook Winds Casino Resort camera. 45 degrees is the number, and we are generally at 40 or better here in the valley thanks to the cloud deck up top. 44 in Vancouver, 42 in Almsville. I guess the water is warmer than the air that Thomas was standing in, right? 40 degrees down in Salem. All right, our weather map for later today. We have the rain coming in to the west side, and then it's going to be raining much of the afternoon once it arrives. It'll break into showers overnight. This is a dry day, I think, in central Oregon with cloud cover in 50 in Bend and Madras and increasing clouds out to the east. Not much wind today, including the gorge. So we have the rain coming in 1 or 2 o'clock. It's steady for maybe 4, 5, 6 hours. And then it's scattered showers tomorrow. Maybe not much total rain. And then Sunday looking far more dry than wet, but it does carry a shower threat. The weather gets active and cooler with highs in the mid-40s as we start next week. All right, here is Chris McGinnis.
All right, Rodney, thank you for that. We'll get you out the door. The drive this morning is dry. That's always a good thing. It's also Friday. Friday morning commutes typically start later. They're a little lighter, and we are living that to our best life here this morning. 217 over on the west side. Lots of elbow room there, and a quick check of the trip through Vancouver. That's I-5 South right now at the Interstate Bridge. We're still zipping right along right now. Your commute in from Main Street. Better than speed limit drive, guys. So far, so good.
Thank you, Chris. At the Winter Olympics in Milan, Team USA has slipped a little bit, now in 3rd place in the medal count.
And we still have a lot of events to look forward to, though. Anne-Marie Tiernan joins us live from Milan. Anne-Marie, tell us more about the Chloe Kim situation and what we can expect for today.
Well, Chloe Kim got a silver. She was in contention to have 3 straight golds. She went in this competition where you have 3 runs. Her first run, she went down, she got a score of 88, really good. But then she crashed the next 2 runs. The next competitor from South Korea came up, crashed her first 2 runs, but then she on the 3rd run got a score of 90. So what's interesting about this is Chloe Kim seemed just fine with that. This is somebody who is a protege, somebody that she has been mentoring, and this is something that Choi Gaon of South Korea, she's 17 years old, and Chloe Kim said, you know what? I won my first gold in this event when I was 17 years old. This is the passing of the torch. This is the next generation. There is no one I'd rather be standing up here next to than her. So, you know, she got a silver. She seems happy about it. Her boyfriend is here. They're a star sports couple. I think Chloe Kim is going to do just fine. She also did reveal that that shoulder injury that she has, that she's been competing with, that occurred last month. When she gets back to the States, surgery is planned for that.
All right, Anne-Marie reporting live from Milan. A lot to look forward to today. Thank you very much.
All right, let's take a look at your medal.
The medal count is brought to you on KGW by On Point Community Credit Union.
Let's take a look at your medal count. This U.S. is sitting 3rd place for total medal count with 14 behind Italy, who has 17, and Norway with 16.
That's all right, slow and steady. Long before the real Olympics, Jackie Wiles was competing in a much smaller one, the childhood birthday party with an Olympic theme, in the moment that now feels pretty foreshadowing, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
I'm Matthew Herchick, new morning anchor at KGW. I'm a huge sports fan, and I know I might be from the Buckeye State, but I'm excited to explore what the Rose City has to offer. I want to make sure you're prepared for the day, whether it's bringing you breaking news or sharing those inspirational stories that make you smile. We've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Portland's #1 streaming newscast, Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Portland ski racer Jackie Wiles finished off possibly the last Olympic race of her career, taking home a bronze medal. But before Wiles was even in the Olympics, she was tearing it up on the slopes of Mount Hood, something Wiles' former teammate Casey Barone knows all too well. Now, Barone says that Wiles has always been full of energy, and at one of Barone's childhood birthday parties, which was Olympics themed, Wiles sang the national anthem. Now we're going to show you the video, and she's the one in the middle.
We had skeleton on skateboards in my driveway, ski racing around cones with poles and rollerblades, and just different events. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I think it's probably best that she turned into an Olympian, not like a singer.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Oh.
Wow.
Because you know what on key is.
Yeah, yeah.
C minor.
I was once told by a music teacher in middle school I had the worst voice she had ever heard. That's traumatizing for a kid.
You want to talk about your basketball story?
No, too many people tried out. The tryouts in junior high are going forever.
Yeah.
And the coach Carlson is like, this is taking forever. And then he walks over. I have a bunch of these stories. He walks over, he looks at me, and he goes, some of you don't have a prayer making this team.
Just looking directly at you.
So basically, if you would just leave, it would make this all go faster for the rest of us. By golly, I stayed until I was officially cut and eliminated. I stuck it out.
20 minutes later.
That's sadder
20
than
seconds later.
That's sadder than the baseball story, honly.
Well, yeah.
He didn't even want you there to try out.
Wow. This is kind of pathetic, isn't it? Here's a look at our satellite radar. We got this front coming in. There it is right there. Rain being picked up offshore. This would be a slow mover. Confidence is absolute that we stay dry through the morning commute hours. And confidence is pretty gosh darn high that it will still be dry at noon here in Portland as well. And here's Futurecast, 11 o'clock this morning. Just showing rain starting to pick up inland along the north coast. And then somewhere, somewhere around 1 or 2 is when I think the rain starts to move in. Now, once that happens, this could be upwards of 5-6 hours of steady, widespread rain moving across the area. And the yellow indicates maybe some decent, moderate rain pockets mixed in here as well. So here's 7 o'clock. So if this is correct, somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll see that move out. And we have some shower activity overnight. And then for the weekend, most of the action, there's a low down here, most of the action kind of tracks through central and central Oregon and out into Pendleton. So if that's true, Portland will probably get some scattered shower activity tomorrow, but maybe not a lot. And then Sunday, much of the day dry with a shower threat. This shows a shower coming up into Salem later in the day. So what I want you to get out of that is most of the rain we're looking at, most of these totals, a quarter to about an inch in the valley and maybe half of an inch at the coast, most of these totals are from the rain that will be coming in later today and tonight. And then there's really very little total rainfall expected over the weekend. So both Saturday and Sunday will mix in some decent dry time here in the valley and also over at the coast. Here are the morning clouds from Salem Tasting Room camera out in Sherwood. Temperature is 43 in Kelso and Astoria and Newport. Salem, good morning, 40 for you. It's freezing in Bend, but nobody's really that cold. 31 out in Burns. There is a sneaker wave warning for today, tomorrow, and Sunday at the beach, FYI on that. Developing rain today, temperatures up to about 50 degrees. We'll get up to the upper 40s to about 50 early afternoon, and then the rain comes in, and then the temperatures will actually start dropping. I've got Portland at 49, the showery weather for Valentine's Day, but not much. Total rain. Sunday even drier, and then rain picks up on Monday, President's Day, and then we're pretty active, it looks like, with cooler weather holding highs potentially in the mid-40s much of next week. Here's Chris.
All right, Rod, the Friday morning commute is typically lighter than Monday through Thursday, and this is no exception. There's I-5 from Clark County. We're zipping right along as you approach the interstate bridge, so no problems on that side of town. We're seeing a little bit of slowing through Westland. There's I-205 right now near Highway 43. I'm not sure what is hanging up the drive here just south of Westland, but we'll keep you posted on that. Obviously, both Southbound 205 lanes running a little thick there. And a quick check of the Banfield out near Providence Medical Center. That too is zipping right along your drive in from Troutdale. At last check, 16 minutes. No problems on the freeways just yet. China?
Thank you, Chris. A shutdown could hit the Department of Homeland Security as soon as today. Why TSA, FEMA, and the Coast Guard could be on hiatus, but ICE isn't likely to take a break as lawmakers debate DHS funding.
Hi, I'm Christine Padawanich. I'm a journalist at KGW, and I love exploring Portland's amazing food scene. New spot? I'm there. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the good stuff that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
The Department of Homeland Security is on the verge of a shutdown today after lawmakers failed to come to an agreement over the White House's deportation plan.
Now, under a DHS shutdown, TSA, FEMA, and the Coast Guard will all lose funding, though most employees will keep working critical jobs without pay. Now, ICE and Border Patrol will still have access to funding from the Big Beautiful Bill. Democrats are demanding long-term changes, including requiring judicial warrants to enter private property for immigration operations and stopping agents from wearing masks, some of which President Trump called very hard to approve. This all comes as the administration announced it's drawing down immigration enforcement in Minneapolis, where 2 American citizens were killed by federal forces.
Want your Oregon kicker a little faster? The state just set up 3 tax filing kiosks, and it could speed up your refund by weeks. What you need to know coming up at 7:30 plus.
And TriMet is proposing changes for one busy, accident-prone stretch of roadway coming up. The changes that you can expect for your drive time, but also why local business owners are pushing back against the plan.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
I'm Trina Green, a morning anchor at KGW and new dog mom to this sweet guy. Meet Barry. I love getting your mornings off to a great start, whether it's sharing stories of resilience and triumph in our community, or following breaking news from Beaverton to Gresham and everywhere in between. We've got you covered, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to KGW Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Coming up on 7:29 on your Friday morning commute, and if your commute involves West Commuter Rail on the west side, TriMet reporting some cleanup of debris on the tracks near Tiger earlier this morning, causing delays upwards of about 10 minutes. So if that's your commute this morning between Wilsonville and Beaverton, be aware there could be some light delays there. The freeway drive really looks good this morning. We haven't had any major freeway trouble out there just yet, and we hope to keep it that way. 16 minutes right now, your westbound I-84 drive from Troutdale to downtown exemplifies that point. Take that, Rod.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Hey, the weather is cooperating. We are all dry. We have cloudy skies. There's really no wind. So far, the rain has been nipping up toward Long Beach. Here are the clouds from Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City. I wanted to show you no frost on any of the grass around the area. That's the end of the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center out in Oregon City. Temperatures in most areas have been holding at 40 or better. PDX is 44. We'll probably still dry at noon, but then between 1 and 2 o'clock, that's when rain arrives. And this will be steady rain for maybe 4, 5, 6 hours and just scattered showers in the forecast for the weekend. Wow.
Whoa.
Good morning.
Yeah.
If you are not in love with Valentine's Day, you're not alone. This Rage Room in Atlanta says this time of year is extra busy. The owner says he's seen it all, from groups of men who were aggravated with their relationships to women who said they couldn't compete with their ex cars like the F-250. And if you're interested in taking out some of your own Valentine's Day stress, there's actually a couple of Rage Rooms here locally, including Smash PDX on Northeast Sandy.
I've always kind of wanted to do one of these, not because of a relationship, but they just look like a nice way to release
Stress reliever.
Yeah,
a little. Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's like the Office Space movie. Remember that? Anybody ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they go to town on the printer and stuff with the baseball bat.
I'm going to go meet with Bob's later and talk about that.
Okay.
I knew you don't understand
No
that
idea.
reference.
That's okay. Here's our radar. It is picking up rain that we're tracking. So far, it's been mostly holding offshore. Get a little bit of rain up around Astoria, maybe a trace, and up around Long Beach, but you can see the bulk of it is still out to sea. That will be changing. We've got the beautiful Capitol zoomed in from our Salem sky camera, where it's mostly cloudy up top. 40 is the temperature there, and we have mostly cloudy skies over downtown Portland as well, and we're at 44. Clouds, of course, typically keep you warm overnight. Our forecast moving forward, this is a dry morning. In fact, Portland should still be dry at noon, 46. 1 to 2 o'clock, somewhere in that time window is when we get the rain moving in. And we think it could be a steady rain band from, let's say if it starts at 2, it might not get out of here until about 8 o'clock. So that's going to be a wet drive back home and a wet early evening if that's when you plan to be outdoors. 46 degrees at 5 p.m. Chris?
All right, let's talk about the rails real quick. TriMet's still reporting some delays on West Commuter Rail from Wilsonville to Beaverton because of some earlier debris that was removed from the tracks near Tiger. And so that could be creating some delays upwards of about 10 minutes there. Our freeway drive, as is typically the case on a Friday morning, is really not that bad. I mean, we haven't had any crashes or anything like that on the freeways. So from that perspective, we're off to a good start. Something was hanging up the drive here just a few minutes ago through West Lynn, but it looks like that is moving along just fine, and we are all green on the traffic map. So far, so good. Matthew, China?
Chris, thank you. Salem police are asking for help finding this man here. This is 62-year-old Daniel Ray Myers. Now, police say that he stabbed a woman after trying to sexually assault her while they were making DoorDash deliveries. So this is a look at his car. Authorities say it's a silver Honda with the Oregon plates 241NGP. The victim told police that she and Myers were making food deliveries together in West Salem on Tuesday when Myers reportedly drove them to a secluded location and began making unwanted advances. She says Myers tried to sexually assault her before he stabbed her multiple times. Authorities say the woman tried to run, but he trapped her in the car until she was able to escape.
She was able to actually convince him to take her to the Walgreens so she could get some first aid supplies. And when she got out of the vehicle, she reported what had happened to the business there.
Police say the victim's injuries were non-life-threatening and she's now out of the hospital. Myers is wanted on attempted murder charges and is considered armed and dangerous.
A Clackamas County corrections officer who's accused of sexual misconduct made his first court appearance yesterday. Paul Schultz is accused of having sexual contact with what authorities described as a corrections client at the Center for Substance Abuse Prevention in Milwaukee. Police say that they believe Schultz may have other victims. Anyone with information should reach out to Milwaukee Police. And a reminder, if you or someone you know is a survivor of sexual assault, know that help is always available. You can get support 24/7 by calling the National Sexual Assault Hotline at the number there on your screen, 1-800-656-4673.
They called the code blue, and I heard my sister's name and kind of my world stopped and I just started crying.
Concern and confusion for the family of a sophomore cheerleader at George Fox University who's now in the hospital recovering from a potentially life-threatening condition. Now, this all started last Friday when Jacqueline McGuire was diagnosed with a skin abscess. The next day, then, everything changed. Her family says the 20-year-old was rushed to the ER and within hours her heart stopped. Doctors were able to resuscitate her. She then went through multiple surgeries. Her family says before this, she was a competitive cheerleader with a healthy lifestyle, and now her sister says McGuire appears to be showing some small improvements.
She was like nodding her head and giving me little smirks when I'd tell her jokes and stuff, so it was nice to see her be able to understand what we were saying. I think that's what we're all waiting on. It's just, we want to hear her talk and laugh and just be here with us.
Doctors now blame a combination of the skin abscess along with undiagnosed type 1 diabetes.
Major changes are coming to East Portland's 82nd Avenue. TriMet wants to create bus-only lanes that could potentially stretch 8 miles.
TriMet says the goal is to help speed up the commute for some transit riders, but some local owners are raising concerns about how this might impact their business. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live with details on the project. Corey.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. TriMet says they're trying to add business access in transit, or what they call BAT lanes, to bus line 72 in order to speed it up, ultimately making it an express lane. Now, that means taking vehicle traffic down to just one lane in each direction. TriMet has outlined 2 scenarios for the project. One would convert 82nd Avenue's curbside lanes to BAT lanes at only the north and south ends of the corridor. The other would create BAT lanes on nearly the entire 82nd Avenue corridor from Northeast Lombard to Southeast Clatsop. However, not everyone is thrilled about this news. Some business owners locally along 82nd Ave worried the BAT lanes could slow down cars, ultimately discouraging drivers from taking the stretch altogether, putting their business at risk. Now, one local business owner is leading the charge, asking for a study to evaluate the potential business impact of the plan.
How are we going to make up the customer base if something like that were to happen? We want a better, safer, more resilient, reliable 82nd Avenue, but at the same time, we want to make sure we're not displacing the businesses or the people that help make 82nd what it is.
Now, TriMet does predict that the car slowdowns would divert up to 25% of traffic off of 82nd Avenue during peak traffic times. A TriMet committee is expected to meet later today to discuss the best path forward. Guys?
Corey Johnson reporting live. Thank you, Corey. So this weekend, dancers from the Oregon Ballet Theater are set to glide across downtown Ira Keller Fountain as part of a special production. It's part of the Winter Light Festival. And while dancers won't be in the water, their images will be projected across the fountain's vertical faces. You can check it out Friday and Saturday evenings from 6 to 10. Tutus are encouraged. You can find more details at pdxwlf.com.
Well, somebody who has been in the water with cooler temperatures in the forecast, there's one Valentine's Day event that you don't want to miss. Down in Milwaukee, the first ever Winter Sauna Festival kicks off tomorrow.
It's a unique event, and that's where we find Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz this morning. Thomas, what is happening? What are you doing?
We're getting in the sauna, guys.
Okay.
After you get in the Willamette, you got to get into the sauna. That's the protocol out here at Milwaukee Bay Park. And I've got some friends here. This is something you guys do once or twice a week, getting into the Willamette, swimming. What got you involved in it? Why is it something that you keep doing and then sauning afterwards sometimes?
Well, I think I was a swimmer and I wanted to be able to extend my season and be a little bit tougher, you know? I was just like, okay, I have to do something that's just a little hard. And since there was this community of people that I knew, I decided, okay, yeah, I will start trying to do this. And then you get addicted.
And this is a year-round thing, right?
Yeah. And it's just a real rush when you get in. It's beautiful down here early in the morning. You see nature. I mean, you know, right across the street from downtown Milwaukee. We saw sea lions last week swimming down the river.
Pack of them.
Yeah.
What is it? The sauna is something that you guys don't do every time, but what does it mean when after you're swimming on a day like today, you get to come in and go sauna afterwards?
Luxury.
We do that on Sundays.
On Sundays?
Yeah, Michael gives us a nice, sweet little discount.
Are you guys going to be down here this weekend for the sauna festival?
I think a lot of people are. Yeah. I don't know if I am or not.
Yeah.
It's kind of a busy weekend for me, but we may be by, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what Sunday morning brings.
700 people are going to be here, according to the founders and the guys who are creating this whole thing. There's people coming in from London, some from Vancouver, BC, all for the sauna festival here in Milwaukee tomorrow and Sunday, Valentine's Day weekend. But, you know, for now, guys, we got to get back to the sauna.
I'm just glad he had a quick way to warm up after the plunge.
Yeah, I wonder if this is what he envisioned for himself when he went to journalism school.
This is
Rod?
This is entertaining.
Well, I think generally the pamphlet for journalism school leaves some things out. Here's a look at our feature cast movie for today. We're cloudy, we're dry out there this morning with the exception of a little bit of rain nipping up along the north coast. But this shows even 11 o'clock this morning, there hasn't been a lot of rain hitting the coast, and we're still dry up and down I-5. Here's 1 o'clock this afternoon. So at the earliest, it's been looking like we get rain around 1, which means we'd still be dry at noon. And if not 1, by 2 o'clock, I think the rain chances really start to pick up and get going. Here we are at 7, so if this is correct, if it starts at 2, this is 5-6 hours of a slow crossing, steady rain band moving across the area, breaks into showers overnight. For the weekend, we're going to be watching this pattern of moisture coming up from our south. That will give us ongoing scattered shower threats. But if you look at today's forecast compared to just a couple days ago, this weekend is looking much, much drier. More dry time tomorrow than wet. Nearly all dry time is possible on Sunday. We are in the 40s this morning, 45 in downtown, 43 degrees in Westland. You folks in Salem are at 40. It's also 40 degrees down in Albany. Ellie is our pet of the day. Beautiful close-up shot there. Use that email address to send us your pet's photo, and we will feature them on our show. That's Ellie this morning. Weather map, I don't think there's any daytime moisture east of the Cascades. So Bend, cloudy and 51, increasing clouds 40s to about 50 out east. But again, the rain picking up later this morning along the coast and then early afternoon here in the valley. That goes into early evening before it breaks into showers. Watch out for snow-covered passes tomorrow morning up on Mount Hood around the Cascades if you are traveling. And then we still expect a pretty active week next week. Here's Chris.
Thanks for that. Let's get you out the door with a quick look at the drive over. Well, we'll start off on the east side. The Banfield, Interstate 84, westbound traffic still rolling along just fine past Lloyd Center, the Lloyd exit towards the I-5 split downtown there off in the distance. And you can see no problems there. Over on the west side, inbound Sunset, riding the brake a little bit coming down the hill from the zoo into the tunnel. And farther west out towards Cedar Hills Boulevard, the headlights here. You can actually see all the way out past the Murray Boulevard on-ramp. So a long line of traffic that actually is still moving along. Okay, 60 minutes gets you in from Hillsborough to downtown. Matthew and China, so far, no major freeway trouble out there just yet.
Good news, Chris. Thank you. Are you keeping money secrets from your partner? A new survey finds 1 in 4 people admit to hiding debt or spending, and money troubles play a role in up to 40% of divorces when separate accounts are smart and when they are not coming up.
But before we head to break, we are taking a live look at our Olympic flame cams right there in the center. We have much more Olympic content headed your way during our streaming hours right now, including a live report from Italy.
And we are thanking another local coach here. The Westland softball seniors nominated their coach, Gina Garvey. They wrote, quote, Coach Gina is supportive, motivating, and organized. She pushes us to be the best version of ourselves and is consistently finding ways to strengthen our team on and off the field. We love her spirit and pride. Her dedication to our team has meant so much to us over the years, and we're better because of it. And a reminder, if you have a coach that you want to shout out during the Olympics, just head over to kgw.com/thankyoucoach.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
How open are you about talking money with your partner? A recent survey from Bankrate found that 45% of people don't know everything about their partner's finances. So 1 in 4 people surveyed admitted to hiding debt, expenses, or income from their partner, and that can hurt your relationship, with 20 to 40% of divorces being caused by money issues. But according to Bankrate's principal analyst, keeping your money separate from your significant other is actually a healthy approach if you do it right.
You agree that you and your spouse each have some money that's yours and yours alone, and that's separate from the account that you have for joint bills. That's fine as long as you agree on it.
Still, 47% of millennials believe cheating with your checkbook is at least as bad as physical cheating.
Well, yesterday on Sunrise, we asked you guys to text in what you really want for Valentine's Day. And this morning, we've been sharing some of those answers throughout the morning. Linda from Vancouver, she says all she wants is just some phone calls from her family.
Oh,
Linda. Just wants to chat on the phone a little bit.
Oh,
that's something my mom would say, honestly. She just loves.
Just wants more
wants a phone call from her son. Yeah.
That's
all right.
cute. That's adorable.
Well, she's watching right now. Is that correct?
I guarantee you she is.
Okay.
Call her.
Yes.
What's her name?
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen.
All right.
That's a powerful name.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want that name.
We will remind Matthew after the show.
I'll call this week.
To give you a call. This week?
week?
We got to call
This
tomorrow.
weekend.
Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
Matthew
yeah,
will call you tomorrow.
This weekend, yes.
Don't make me look bad.
Deal.
All right. Here's a look at our
Do that
Timberline.
yourself. Okay.
Oh.
You know, Matthew is really good. This is a compliment at blindsiding me with zingers that I absolutely don't see coming. Here's our Timberline Lodge camera. Some thin spots in the cloud deck, but the clouds will be thickening. Snow's coming in not until later today into tonight. Right now it's 30 degrees. Snow level today will be 4,000 feet, closer to 3 tomorrow. Most of the 6 inches of snow that we're projecting between today and Sunday will actually come this evening and overnight. Maybe an inch or so tomorrow, and probably not even an inch on Sunday. So, but if all that falls at pass level, and it could, then there are your snow-covered passes tomorrow morning. And just real quick, This is a projection all the way through Friday of next week. Remember, we're making a big headline out of this coming Monday through next week. Every day gets some fresh snow below Cascade Pass level for the most part. The modeling has always shown at least 2 feet coming next week. This is one of the higher projections, 40 inches. So we'll see. It still looks very favorable. Okay, we have a weather system offshore. It's throwing the clouds inland. The rain so far, except for some traceable rain up around Astoria and Long Beach, has been offshore. Here it is at 11 o'clock this morning, starting to march inland at the beach. And then it looks like somewhere between 1 and 2 p.m. today is when the rain starts to move into Portland, Vancouver, and down into Salem. Once it starts, it's at least 4 hours, maybe 6, of a slow-moving, steady rain band moving across into early evening. So your drive back home later today, if you're going to be on the roads at 4, 5, 6 p.m., expect it to be raining. It breaks into showers overnight. And then for the weekend, we're looking at a low center that's to our south. The track of showers could be south of Portland more than not. So if that's the case, we will see way more dry time than wet time, both tomorrow and especially on Sunday. So with that said, the majority of our rain potential for the weekend, maybe a quarter in Portland, a half of an inch at the coast, the majority of these numbers will actually come today into tonight. All right, temperatures outside. Let's get you out the door. We're mainly dry. Some traceable rain showers up around Astoria where it's 43. Portland 44, 32 out in the Dalles, and 32 all the way to Pendleton. Valley forecast. We get up to about 50 in some areas into early afternoon, and then the rain comes in. And of course, that rain cools us back down. Southwest Washington shows temperatures holding in the upper 40s, around 47. I've got Portland at 49. The showery weather over the weekend, and then the more active pattern starting on Monday and continuing into next week. Still looks like we could see snow levels for sticking snow Tuesday night, Wednesday, and the Thursday at times as low as 1,500 feet. That's good news. All right, here's Chris.
Super great news for the Cascades. All right, let's get you out the door. We'll pick it up south of Westland here. The I-205 drive running a little thick from here, from Blankenship Road down towards Stafford Road. So maybe give yourself an extra minute or two there. It's not bad. 16 minutes gets you from Clackamas south to Tualatin. So that's in the realm of just fine, actually, as far as drive times are concerned. Over on the west side, there's a quick look at the Sunset inbound out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. I like this perspective where this camera is because you can see all the way back past the Murray Boulevard on-ramp right there. So you get a feel for how well traffic is actually moving right now on the Sunset. Not bad, 18 minutes from Hillsborough to downtown. Again, all morning long, we have been void of any freeway trouble. China, Matthew, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. In a wrap of our top stories this morning, and just in the newsroom in the last 10 minutes, Salem police say this man, 62-year-old Daniel Ray Myers, has been taken into custody in California. He's accused of stabbing a woman after trying to sexually assault her while they were making DoorDash deliveries. The victim told police that she and Myers were making food deliveries together in West Salem on Tuesday when Myers reportedly drove them to a secluded location and began making unwanted advances. She says Myers tried to sexually assault her before he stabbed her multiple times. Authorities say the woman tried to run, but he trapped her in the car until she was able to escape. Police say the victim's injuries were non-life threatening, and she is now out of the hospital. So far, no word on how Myers was found. In Northeast Portland, a section of Marine Drive set to reopen today. Crews have been repairing the overpass at Northeast 223rd after it was damaged last October by a truck. The overpass itself will reopen today, while the roadway will be reopened next Friday. And Portland native Alessandro Barbieri is chasing gold later this morning in the men's halfpipe finals. The 17-year-old made his Olympic debut on Wednesday, finishing 4th overall in qualifiers. The first run of the finals are scheduled for 10:30 a.m. our time.
Well, coming up, a new National Retail Federation report shows consumers are expected to spend a record high this year on gifts. We break down the numbers and how local flower shops are preparing.
I'm David Mulco, the evening anchor at KGW. Though when I'm not working, I like to spend as much time as possible out here in nature. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. You see, what happens here affects us all. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to talk about it, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you walk. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
Electric scooters are everywhere. The city of Portland promotes them as convenient, safe, and eco-friendly. But behind the scenes, serious injuries are rising.
I saw a bunch of blood on the sidewalk. I didn't even realize it was my own.
Helmet laws are not enforced.
There is no culture of helmet wearing.
And deaths continue.
Would you ever ride an e-scooter?
No.
So what can be done to make these e-scooters safer? A KGW investigation tonight at 6.
Investigators are piecing together new clues in the search for Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie.
The FBI using this surveillance video outside Nancy's house at the time of her abduction to come up with a description of their prime suspect. They say they're looking for a man who is between 5'9" and 5'10". He was wearing a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker backpack. Investigators also say they discovered multiple gloves near Nancy's Tucson home.
The height and the backpack are very good clues. And what the FBI will do is they'll start with the realm of the possible. How many of these backpacks were sold, when they were sold?
Meanwhile, Savannah posted a tribute to her mother on social media as she and her siblings hold out hope for her return. The FBI has also increased its reward to $100,000. Well, we are a few weeks into tax season, and Oregon has a way to get your kicker rebate a little bit faster.
The Revenue Department has set up kiosks in major cities, including Portland. The kiosks at regional offices let taxpayers e-file for free. Officials say taxpayers who e-file and choose direct deposit typically get their refunds about 2 weeks sooner.
Filing through Direct File is a guided software, a lot like other tax filing softwares you'll see out there, but it's completely free to file your state taxes for a lot of Oregonians. So it's free, secure, and the fastest way to get your refund.
If you plan to file a paper return, expect extra delays this year. And also remember, regardless of how early you file, Oregon will not start issuing refunds until after February 17th as part of the state's tax fraud prevention efforts.
Coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with all the Valentines happening here in Portland.
From where you can spend some of your money on your Valentine to somewhere you can bond with your significant other. That's coming up.
I'm Matthew Herchick, new morning anchor at KGW. I'm a huge sports fan, and I know I might be from the Buckeye State, but I'm excited to explore what the Rose City has to offer. I want to make sure you're prepared for the day, whether it's bringing you breaking news or sharing those inspirational stories that make you smile. We've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Portland's #1 streaming newscast, Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
We are coming up on 7:59 on your Friday morning drive, and it has been a relatively kind Friday morning on the roads. We'll take you out to the Rose Quarter, I-5 southbound traffic, a little thick from the Fremont Bridge down towards Broadway. Right now moving along at about 25 miles an hour or so there. Inbound on the Sunset, the headlights here headed eastbound from Murray past Cedar Hills and up towards 217. That traffic seems to be doing okay. 17 minutes right now. Get you in from Brookwood Parkway to downtown. Rod?
All right, Chris, thank you for that. We do have a nice calm weather morning. We have cloudy skies, not much wind. We are completely dry. Here's the downtown shot from the Wells Fargo building, 45 degrees. We have rain expected to come in early to mid-afternoon, somewhere like 1 to 2 o'clock is the best time frame. Now, the clouds, if you are traveling, go through the gorge and over into Central Oregon as well. There's some crews out there getting the water ready for the day at the hot springs over in Canita and Warm Springs, where I think it will be dry east of the Cascades. But for Portland, it'll be raining from 2 o'clock on, and that includes 46 degrees with rain coming down at 5 p.m. today.
In the stream, I think at one point she's driving without hands, smiling, laughing, having a good old time.
A 100-mile-per-hour car chase caught on camera by the driver herself. How police in Washington were able to safely stop her.
Plus, if you're sick of the cold and are looking for a way to warm up, maybe with a loved one this weekend, we've got something for you. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz is at the Sauna Fest, and he's just enjoying it way too much. Look at him getting pampered there.
I'm uncomfortable. And speaking of Valentines, how much are you willing to spend on the person you love? Our Corey Johnson has that number and how local shops are prepping for their busiest day. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchik. Is that how your husband pampers you with the...
Yes, every Saturday morning.
What was that?
What was that? Yeah.
That's what I'm curious. Like, eucalyptus? I don't know.
Sage?
That sounds...
Probably.
Get out the
like
demons. Get the demons out of Thomas.
My honey does make the best cappuccinos.
Where does that come from?
Well, I'm thinking of things that your spouse does for you.
How she pampers
on the weekends.
Yeah.
She wakes up, she asks me if I want my cappuccino. She puts a little what I call jungle juice in it.
Better than the coffee you had to warm up from the microwave this morning?
Yes, absolutely better than that. We have rain building offshore. It's starting to become a little more vivid on the radar. So this rain will be moving into the coast during the morning hours, but it'll be a slow, gradual process. Most of you probably still have, like in Lincoln City, could be 10 o'clock before you start to see a rain threat. Here's Salem, where it will likely still be dry at noon today, 41 degrees. Cloudy skies. You can see the clouds over downtown Portland as well. We're at 45 at the airport. So it's a dry, cloudy morning, 46 degrees at noon. Pretty nice outside, really. And then the go time for rain as early as 1. I think once we get to 2 o'clock, if it's not raining, it soon will be. And then understand, that's a solid rain band. So it will be raining at 5 p.m. for the afternoon drive back home, about 46 degrees at that time, and still raining into the evening. Here's Chris.
All right, puddle patrol later today, but for now, we're off to a pretty good start. Heads up for riders of West Commuter Rail. Again, TriMet reporting some earlier delays because of some debris on the tracks near Tigard, maybe upwards of about 10 minutes or so. The freeway drive, as is typically the case on a Friday morning, has not really... Well, it's been relatively non-existent. 1 or 2 slow spots out there right now. We'll show you I-5 near Broadway and the Rose Quarter. There's the southbound I-5 commute. Little slow, but not bad. Highway 26 also not too bad coming in from Hillsborough. And right now you can get in from Wilsonville in 17 minutes. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Chris. This is a unique story. A suspect on the run while streaming the entire chase live on Facebook. That video was taken just south of Olympia, Washington.
Our Alma McCarty gives us a closer look, not just at that live stream, but also the police dash cams that were rolling.
I'm getting ready to head out to work the road, and heard a really shrill, blood-curdling scream come from a car.
The Thurston County Sheriff Derek Sanders saying this kicked off a police chase with the driver behind the wheel of that car blowing through a stop sign.
Nearly T-boned a vehicle that had the right-of-way, and then in blowing that stop sign, they were going too fast, so they went into the oncoming lane of southbound Center Street and almost went head-on with another car.
Here's footage of deputies following behind and live-streamed video of the suspect herself, blurred since she's not been formally charged with a crime.
In the stream, I think at one point she's driving without hands, smiling, laughing, having a good old time. So definitely not a joke to us.
The pursuit down I-5, reaching speeds of 112 miles an hour before ending with spike strips and the driver surrendering. Yes, sir! This case reminiscent of another viral one last year. A Portland man convicted of reckless driving after posting videos of himself speeding through parks or hanging out the driver's side window. The 33-year-old was found guilty in September and sentenced to probation and community service, but just 2 months later was back behind bars for doing it again.
And to another chase now, one that turned deadly on I-205 in Westland on Wednesday night. We're now learning that the driver was suspected in a Halloween holdup last year at a Central Oregon restaurant. Police say the man in the surveillance video was 54-year-old Douglas York, who robbed Sassy's and Redmond in October. Here's the manager at the time.
And then he told me that he had had a bad day. He threw a Crown Royal bag on the counter and showed me his gun that was underneath in his waistband.
York later pleaded guilty and was supposed to be sentenced Wednesday. Instead, according to sheriff's deputies, he escaped house arrest and was spotted speeding in Clackamas County. As they tried to stop him, they say that he rear-ended another car, eventually lost control, rolled over, was ejected, and died at the scene.
2 people are in the hospital this morning after crashing into the corner of a home in Sherwood. This happened just before 3 o'clock this morning. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue says when they arrived, 2 people were trapped inside this pickup truck. Both were taken to the hospital, one with serious injuries, the other with moderate injuries. No one inside the home was hurt. Meanwhile, the Red Cross is assisting them with temporary housing, and the cause of the crash is under investigation. To a traffic update in Northeast Portland, with a section of Marine Drive set to reopen today, crews have been repairing the overpass at Northeast 223rd after it was damaged last October by a truck. The overpass itself will reopen today, while the roadway below will reopen next Friday.
This weekend, dancers from the Oregon Ballet Theater are set to glide across downtown's Ira Keller Fountain as part of a special production. It's part of a winter light festival, and while dancers won't be in the water, their images will be projected across the fountain's vertical faces, and you can check it out Friday and Saturday evenings from 6 to 10. Tutus are encouraged. You can find more details at pdxwlf.com. All right, we are channeling spring with this next story. We now know the official rose of this year's Portland Rose Festival. It's called As You Wish, probably a nod to the movie Princess Bride. Chosen for its beauty, resilience, and romantic charm, the rose features fragrant clusters of double blooms in warm coral and soft buttercup tones. Get it? The festival kicks off May 22nd.
Well, as you heard, it's time to get checked with Rod of the forecast.
Oh.
Not going to be feeling much like spring the next couple weeks, it sounds like, Rod.
It's been kind of spring-like, right?
It's
time that we don't feel that way. I still have our 7-day featuring days in the 40s next week, which isn't unusual, but something we haven't seen in a while. Here we are this morning. We have the clouds. They're rolling across much of our state. The rain, for the most part, is offshore. We've seen some rain showers just nipping at you folks up along Astoria and up into Long Beach. But other than that, we're dry. Here's the shot from Timberline looking back at Jefferson, and you can see the Three Sisters. I really think it's almost evening before we start to see accumulating snow today up in the mountains. The big story there is, could be 4, 5, 6 inches of pass level, which would set up snowy conditions for travel early tomorrow morning. So FYI on that for your Saturday plans. Back to our quiet morning, 45 in downtown Portland, 43 degrees in West Lynn, and you folks in Salem also 41. The clouds last night kept our temperatures from cooling off. So we do have rain building slowly this morning along the coast. The go time for Portland, Salem, and Vancouver is between the 1 and 2 o'clock hour today. And once that rain starts, understand it's a solid rain band for maybe 6 hours. That would be rain from 2 to 8 p.m. before it breaks into showers. We stay dry during the day east of the Cascades. And here's that cooler 7 day. So today it's the afternoon rain coming in, 49 degrees. Now, if you are just joining us this morning, the rain forecast for the weekend, I've really downgraded it. Scattered showers tomorrow, probably way more dry time than wet, and even fewer showers potentially on Sunday. But the pattern does pick up on Monday with occasional wet weather, and there are those cooler highs in the mid-40s for much of next week. And that will come with mountain snow, which is, of course, thumbs up good news. Here's Chris.
Rod's Valentine's Day gift to skiers. All right, let's get you out the door. Quick check of the roads this morning. We'll start off down in Westland, the I-205 drive. Running a little slow right now as you get south of Westland down towards Stafford Road. Not bad, but that's what that yellow line there on the freeway map indicates. Maybe just a little out of the ordinary slowing. 15 minutes gets you in from Clackamas south to Tualatin. Elsewhere on the freeway system, there's Highway 26, riding the brakes a little bit coming down the hill from the zoo into the Vista Ridge Tunnel on Highway 26. I-5 through North Portland, we've been relatively unscathed there this morning as well. Right now, the trip in from Hillsborough, tracking along at about 16 minutes. Troutdale and Wilsonville, those are speed limit commutes, and the drive out of Clark County. You've got no excuses to be on time to work this morning. I'm sorry, I really tried, but yeah, out of luck.
It's Friday. 10 minutes, wow.
Yeah.
So what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
I'm doing taxes.
Oh, very exciting. How about spending it at a sauna doing that?
Yeah, Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz has been there all morning previewing it. I don't even really think you can call what you've been doing this morning work, Thomas. I mean, you're enjoying this too much.
What are those?
What is
Guys,
that?
this is what you call whisking. This is whisking. Yeah, it's a part. Oh, this is nice. This is part of the sauna process, actually. And this is a professional whisker, Dustin, doing it as well. This is honestly like really warm, really nice. Now, generally, it's done with hot water on these leaves. We just went dry today because, you know, I've already been in the Willamette once. I think I'm watered out. And it's not just on your back that you do it. It's a whole frontal back process. You know, really get the whole body. This is paradise, guys.
Why don't you whisk yourself to some real work, Thomas?
Oh, wow. Goodness.
Why is this
No, that's okay. You know, I'll stick with this. This isn't bad. You know, if you guys want to send me to saunas every morning, that is completely fine by me. And look, we got a whole sauna festival coming up this weekend. Key note here, guys. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Oh, yeah, right on the toes. You know what? Anybody's going to love this. The wife's going to love this. The husband's going to love this. This is kind of for everybody. And Dustin, we mentioned professional whisker. What got you involved in this in the first place?
I got my first whisking and it melted my mind, and I had to learn how to do it.
Honestly, this is pretty mind-melting, guys. You know, it's way, I don't even know how to describe it, way more relaxing, soothing than you ever thought leaves could be. And this is the dry version. This isn't even with the hot water and the sauna, the whole 9 yards. We're just getting, you know, the 5 yards, if you will, instead of the 9. And yeah, I mean, you just, you know, it's just relaxing. Come down here. There's 12 saunas going to be here this weekend. By the way, there's going to be coffee, there's going to be beer, there's going to be whisking. What more could you ask for, guys? Right down here, Milwaukee Bay Park this weekend.
Can you get some whiskey with the whisking?
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm down with a foot massage.
You could.
Sounds good.
You could.
What are the leaves, Thomas? What are they? What kind of leaves are they?
What are these leaves, Dustin?
These are oak leaves here. We have a birch pillow under your head. We got birch under your ankle.
And the birch pillows really do feel like a pillow.
Yeah, the birch is great. Smells good.
Are these?
Yeah.
Is this
I can attest, guys.
Is this
Smells
available
great.
in any of the saunas, or just this particular one, Thomas?
This is, I think you got to find your professional whisker to give you this full experience. So I don't know if, you know, not every sauna is going to have this, but look, you can find them. There's a dozen of these things. So you just got to poke around a little bit, check around, and see what this whole sauna fest has to offer you.
Now, when he came at 2 o'clock in the morning, he kind of walked me through a little bit of what he was doing. I did not see this coming.
I did not. No, I did not. This is where we were headed.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just too tough to please. I don't know.
That wouldn't do it for you?
I don't know.
Okay, get the guy some chocolates here. Hey, we have some more sunrise coming your way. Another Oregon native is competing for gold this morning. Alessandro Barbieri is getting ready for the competition.
I'm Matthew Herchick, new morning anchor at KGW. I'm a huge sports fan, and I know I might be from the Buckeye State, but I'm excited to explore what the Rose City has to offer. I want to make sure you're prepared for the day, whether it's bringing you breaking news or sharing those inspirational stories that make you smile. We've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Portland's #1 streaming newscast, Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
It's 8:15 and our local Olympians continue to shine on the world stage. And this morning we are tracking Portland native Alessandro Barbieri.
The 17-year-old is chasing gold later this morning in the men's half-pipe event. This comes after his Olympic debut on Wednesday, scoring an 88.5 on his first run, finishing 4th overall. The finals are scheduled for 10:30 a.m. and of course we wish him good luck. Meanwhile, Chloe Kim all smiles after capturing silver in the women's half pipe yesterday. A gold medal would have made her the first snowboarder, male or female, to win 3 consecutive Olympic half pipe titles. While she had her sights set on gold, Kim says she's still grateful to be competing and is proud to have helped pave the way for younger athletes.
I mean, I'm getting old, so I have to help out the next generation so that they can, carry this torch. It's heavy, right? But keep it going.
I was trying to do the math here. Okay, so she's 25.
Yeah.
She's been here 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her mid-teens. She was super young when she first
Wow.
17, 21, 25.
I'm not doing math live on air, but that's impressive.
What were you, I wasn't doing anything like that. 17. I don't know what I was doing.
I mean, 3, and then you get a few Olympians that can go to 4, which is 16. I mean, that's a lot. You don't see those.
Yeah.
Because you're keeping yourself in world-class competitive shape for 16, 20 years, 12 years.
Off-season.
Right.
It's a long time.
Yeah. Just like you.
Well, no, that's why I don't do this. It's too long.
you did it for a while.
I could keep myself in shape for maybe a week. 5 days. 5 days, 7 days tops.
Okay.
All right, here's a look at our snow map. We have a snow map, and it's still a good one. Again, we're just highlighting the fact that we still expect that colder, active pattern next week. This is total snow from what starts mainly this evening in terms of accumulation through next Friday, the 20th. Models, I mean, these models fluctuate, right? But the lowest numbers have been 2 feet, and this is actually one of the higher number runs we've seen, 40 inches. But no matter how you slice it, there's still news to be hopeful that we could actually double the amount of snow up on Mount Hood by this time, or by the end of next weekend. So that's terrific, terrific news. Here's our weather maker today. You see the front offshore. Right now we're dry, we're cloudy. The rain comes into the coast later this morning. It's kind of a slow mover. Portland still dry at noon, somewhere 1, 2 o'clock. Most of the models say we get wet 2 o'clock or shortly after today. And then once it starts, it could be upwards of 6 hours of a steady rain band moving through the area from west to east. So that's absolute rain for the afternoon drive back home at 5 p.m. today, 6 p.m., 7. Maybe we get on the back edge of this rain band somewhere around 8 o'clock. And then for the weekend, it's moisture, scattered, broken areas of moisture coming up from the north. but the latest models keep trending. The number of showers looked to be like that a couple days ago. Now it's like maybe Saturday we get that many, and maybe Sunday we barely have a shower or two passing through. So now this will be widespread chances, both western and eastern Oregon. Here's Sunday morning, and there's some rain showers showing up later in the afternoon into Salem. But really much of your weekend is going to be dry time as you're out and about. Most of these numbers are, in fact, the rain that will come in later today through tonight shows about a half of an inch of rain at the coast and about a quarter in Salem, and some measurable rainfall out east as well through the weekend. There's our Astoria column camera with the cloudy skies, but good visibility up on the hill, 45 degrees, a similar scene over the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in Aloha this morning. 45 in Portland, 41 Salem, 44 Cal. So we're warmer because, of course, of the cloud cover. And there's some cloudiness across much of our state, which is why nobody's super cold. 32 in Bend and 32 out in Burns. A reminder, there is a sneaker wave warning up in effect for the beaches today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Again, don't do this. Don't turn your back to the ocean. Have your eyes on what the surf is doing. These sneaker wave threats come where the Weather Service is seeing the potential of waves quickly coming inland farther than what you would expect and farther than what you've been seeing through the day. So don't take that lightly. Valley forecast numbers get up to about 50 degrees before the rain moves in, and there's your 7 days. Scattered today, and then we've got the rain coming in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at times. All right, we're going to go out live to Corey.
A new National Retail Federation report shows consumers are expected to spend a record high on gifts and experiences this year. Coming up, we break down the specific numbers and also how local flower shops here in Portland are preparing.
Hi, I'm Christine Padawanich. I'm a journalist at KGW, and I love exploring Portland's amazing food scene. New spot? I'm there. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the good stuff that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
Well, happy Valentine's Day Eve to everyone out there with just 1 day left. If you haven't gotten your gifts yet, well, it's time to get on it.
Yeah, for those who planned ahead and shop, that spending is topping a record according to a survey by the National Retail Federation. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live with a look at the numbers and how a local flower shop is prepping. Good morning, Corey.
Now, Matthew, China, on average, shoppers are budgeting to spend around $200 per person on gifts and experiences this year, according to that National Retail Federation survey. The survey also showing that Valentine's spending overall expected to hit just over $29 billion this year, and that's a record high for consumers to spend on this holiday, per the agency. The numbers also showing candy remains the most popular V-Day gift, with over half of consumers planning to make complete that purchase. But right below that sits flowers, followed by greeting cards, a nice evening out, and then some jewelry. Locally, we checked in with Sammy's Flowers in Southwest Portland, who say they're busier than ever this year. Their biggest order coming in just yesterday for the season. That's an order of 200 red roses.
Regular normal day on orders, we're comfortably doing less than 100, but for Valentine's Day we have about maybe 600 going out in the span of 3 days. So all the roses usually come from South America, that's including like Colombia, all these other places. The ones that are more local are our tulips. So we have our tulips, our hyacinth, all these are just local farm works.
And here's another interesting record of those surveyed in that NRF study. Roughly 35% of those people say they plan to buy gifts this year for their pets. It represents about $2 billion in that overall record high consumer spending. Back to you.
Corey, thank you. Meantime, some four-legged cupids deliver Valentine's Day cards to kids at Seattle Children's Hospital this week.
Bridget Chavez has this heartwarming story.
We have a special delivery for you.
Let's go say hi. Can they jump up with you?
Yeah.
For kids spending Valentine's Day inside a hospital room.
Oh, hi.
I think that they have a very slobbery Valentine for you.
One visit can change everything.
Hey, can I have this, please?
Oliver would rather be at his school Valentine's party. Instead, he's here.
Because it's always a fun because you get candy at it. And I never got candy this year because I'm going to have to stay at the hospital.
Nash and Scarlett are making the rounds at Seattle Children's Hospital.
Go on in.
Next stop, 7-month-old Deacon.
Is that a Valentine's card for us?
Can you give? Oh,
Thank you, Scarlett. That's a good girl. Yes. Says you are so loved. Love, Scarlett.
She forgot to sign it. Yeah.
Officially, they're facility dogs. Unlike therapy dogs, they're part of the hospital team.
Sometimes they help make patient beds, or they are opening doors for patients.
They were trained through Canine Companions, a national nonprofit that provides service dogs free of charge.
They look kind of silly when they first came in.
Give? Oh, thank you. All right, this one says, Happy Valentine's Day. This one says, you're one in a melon. And that's really the point of this, is for kids here, these days can be really tough. So even just little reminders like this from cuties like these guys can mean so much.
They're really funny and weird cards.
For families navigating long days here,
high five.
Those smiles
Try again.
And laughs
Yeah.
warm the heart.
Just kind of helps the spirit a lot, kind of breaks up the day a little bit and just has some loving energy. Just petting those dogs, seeing Oliver have a big smile on his face.
This is your first Valentine's Day.
Bridget Chavez, King 5 News.
What a sweet
So
story.
precious.
Well, coming up at 8:30, a busy night for fire crews in Beaverton. The details in this crash that overturned this car. Plus, TriMet adding a bus lane, how this new bat lane could impact and maybe even help your commute around Portland.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download.
Good morning, I'm China Green. Good morning, I'm China Green. 2 people are in the hospital this morning after crashing into a home in Sherwood. This happened just before 3 o'clock this morning. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue say when they arrived, 2 people were trapped inside this pickup truck. Both were taken to the hospital, one with serious injuries and the second with moderate injuries. No one inside the home was hurt. The Red Cross is assisting them with temporary housing. The cause is under investigation. Headed over to Rod Hill now for a look at your weather.
Good morning. Pretty nice outside. It's been not that chilly because of the cloud cover and the rain so far. For the most part, it's holding out to sea. We've had a little bit of rain, traceable stuff that I've seen up around Clatsop County. Here's a look at downtown Portland with the cloud cover, 45 degrees. We should stay dry easily through the noon hour, 46 degrees, so the temperature won't change much. And then somewhere in that 1 to 2 o'clock hour, we'll start to look for rain. Now, once it starts, it's a steady rain band that could be with us for 4, 5, 6 hours. So raining during the afternoon drive back home. Then that rain later this evening breaks into showers. Scattered shower possibilities both days this weekend, but not much total rain expected.
Good morning. We are taking a live look from our Chinook sky cam. It looks
gray and cloudy.
Very gray, very cloudy, and very cold.
Well, that's not
Should
cold.
I go on? It's not?
It's just cloudy.
What's the temperature?
That's in the 40s.
That's cold.
That's cold.
Oh, come on.
To be clear, the studio has to be 80 degrees to
Yes.
be comfortable.
Yes,
so.
it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so that was pretty dark compared to like the past few days. It's been a beautiful sunrise. That was just great.
Yes. Now, what did you learn in school? We all learned, well, not even in school. We all learned this forecasted early on that when you look up and the clouds get darker and darker, that almost always means the rain's coming. Yeah. So that's what we see.
Nailed
you
it.
wonder, why is that? When you go back to elementary school and they talk about how water droplets collect around dust particles, what they call condensation nuclei. So the more of that you gather, it starts to give the cloud bases a darker color. So that's true, and eventually all gets heavy enough and it starts to fall as rain. All right, radar is picking up some moisture offshore. You can see it there. Long Beach up into western Washington getting some rain, but the rest of us are dry. And here in the valley, we should stay dry all the way through the noon hour. The auto observation sky condition's not right. It is cloudy. It's 41 degrees in Salem. And there you see the clouds over downtown Portland. Temperature is 45. We'll still be overcast in the 40s at noon. And then 1 to 2 o'clock this afternoon is when we expect that rain to start moving into the valley. And it will be a solid rain band, kind of a slow, gradual mover. So it could be raining steadily starting at 2 and not ending until about 8 this evening before it breaks into scattered showers. That's what's coming for the back half of your day. I don't think any of this makes it over the Cascades during the day, but we are seeing overcast skies currently in Madras and Bend. Sun River today about 46 at 4 o'clock with cloudy skies and increasing clouds out across eastern Oregon. There's already some cloudiness out your direction. All right, our forecast for the weekend. Most of the rain we're talking about comes in later this afternoon, I should say, into tonight. Scattered showers, not expected to be much in the rain gauge total tomorrow or Sunday. Both days will see more dry time than wet, but then the pattern gets active on President's Day Monday and stays active with those lower snow levels and heavy mountain snow at times much of next week. Here's Chris.
And that's got skiers excited. All right, let's get you out the door. We pick it up with a pair of crashes over on the west side. TVF&R responding to a crash at 170th south of Merlot. A couple of emergency crews on the scene there. Also, Nimbus and Hall Boulevard now busy intersection on in the Progress area here. Again, partially slowed by a possible crash there as well. All right, back to the freeway drive. One slow spot to show you here, I-205 south of Westland. I mean, I've been reaching hard all morning to find trouble in the roads. I don't want to reach too hard, but 15 minutes right now gets you Clackamas to Westland. Clackamas south to Tualatin over on the west side. We're pretty close to a speed limit commute right now on the inbound Sunset. China, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. New this morning, fire crews had to extract a person from their car after a crash in downtown Beaverton. Take a look at this. TVFNR says it happened on Southwest 5th Street. When crews got there, they found one person inside. After stabilizing the car and getting the person out, they were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. A second person was also treated at the scene.
Just into our newsroom in the last 45 minutes, Salem police say this man, 62-year-old Daniel Ray Myers, has been taken into custody in California. He's accused of stabbing a woman after trying to sexually assault her while they were making DoorDash deliveries. Now, the victim told police that she and Myers were making food deliveries together in West Salem on Tuesday when Myers reportedly drove them to a secluded location and began making unwanted advances. She says Myers tried to sexually assault her before he stabbed her multiple times. Authorities say the woman tried to run, but he trapped her in the car until she was able to escape.
She was able to actually convince him to take her to the Walgreens so she could get some first aid supplies. And when she got out of the vehicle, she reported what had happened to the business there.
Police say the victim's injuries were non-life threatening and she is now out of the hospital. So far, no word on how Myers was found.
And if you or someone you know is a survivor of sexual assault, know that help is always available. You can get support 24/7 by calling the National Sexual Assault Hotline. That number is 1-800-656-4673.
After 110 years in business, Southeast Portland's Sheridan Fruit Company is closing. Last month, we reported the market was thinking about shutting down due to a drop in foot traffic and a loss in revenue. The owners told us then they were hoping to hold on, but they announced yesterday they will close their doors for good.
The vote on Oregon's transportation tax referendum could be moved up from November to May after a vote in the state house. Now, the scheduled vote was already certified by the Secretary of State. The tax hikes were originally set to go into effect last month, but some Republican lawmakers campaigned for voters to have a final say. The Democrats say that they want to move the vote to May to get clarity on the state's available transportation funding. Thursday's vote passed 5-3, moving the measure to the Senate. Well, major changes are coming to the East Portland's 82nd Avenue. TriMet wants to create bus-only lanes that could potentially stretch 8 miles.
TriMet says the goal is to help speed up the commute for some transit riders, but some local owners are raising concerns about how this might impact their business. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson has those project details.
Well, TriMet says it plans to add business access in transit, or what they call BAT lines, to speed up bus line 72, ultimately making it an express lane. Now, that means taking vehicle traffic down to just one lane in each direction. TriMet has outlined 2 scenarios for the project. One would convert 82nd Avenue's curbside lanes to BAT lanes at only the north and south ends of the corridor. The other plan would create BAT lanes on nearly the entire 82nd Avenue corridor from Northeast Lombard to Southeast Clatsop. However, not everyone is thrilled about the news. Some business owners along 82nd Ave worried the BAT lanes could slow down cars, ultimately discouraging drivers from taking the stretch altogether, putting a damper on their business. Now, one local owner is leading the charge, asking for a study to evaluate the potential business impact of BAT lanes.
How are we going to make up the customer base if something like that were to happen? We want a better, safer, more resilient, reliable 82nd Avenue, but at the same time, we want to make sure we're not displacing the businesses or the people that help make 82nd what it is.
TriMet predicts that the car slowdowns would divert up to 25% of traffic off 82nd Avenue during peak travel times. A TriMet committee is expected to meet later today to discuss the best path forward. Back to you.
Time now is 8:37. Headed over to Chris McGinnis for a look at traffic.
All right, well, traffic on a Friday morning, typically a little lighter and sometimes a lot lighter than Monday through Thursday. And this morning has been true to form. Over on the west side, TVFNR, though, on the scene of a possible injury crash here on 170th south of Merlot. So give them some space to work. Also, another injury crash reported just west of the Progress area here on Nimbus and Hall Boulevard. In terms of the freeway drive, as we've been mentioning, it's been pretty easy to take this morning. Here's a live look at the sunset coming down the hill, approaching the Vista Ridge Tunnel. We're in pretty good shape on that side of town. Door number 3 takes us to I-5 near Capitol Highway. And again, zipping right along there as well. As we look at the drive times, we are rolling along at a speed limit commute on this Friday morning. Matthew?
Chris, thank you. Well, if you're looking for a Valentine's Day event, take a drive to Milwaukee where there's something going on that you probably don't want to miss. It's the first ever Winter Sauna Festival, and it kicks off tomorrow.
This is a thing. That's where we find Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz this morning. Thomas, where did
there's a fire burning.
Where did you go? Do you have clothes on?
Just take a look at those flames. No, we did not put any more clothes
Did you start
on,
the fire yourself?
Unfortunately for you, China. We did not start the fire ourselves either. That is something that we are leaving up to the trusty founder of the festival, Michael, getting this sauna, heat wave sauna that is, in full effect here. We are still having a great time out here. Look, after that river dip, it's shirts off. It's still in the gym shorts for us here at the sauna festival. I'm here with Josiah as well, who actually builds saunas. What do you look for? What are the key things that a sauna must have when you walk in?
Aside from just kind of my nerdy builder mind, like heat, steam, and ventilation are three like pillars of good sauna, as a friend puts it. And so, I kind of, look for that experience.
Sure. And you mentioned, look, I mean, this festival starts tomorrow. Fellas, reminder, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. It goes throughout the weekend as well. So a great opportunity to come down here. Milwaukee Bay Park is where it's being held. There's going to be a dozen saunas, both on the water, in the park. So a lot of experiences. Also going to have coffee. There's going to be different kinds of beer here as well. So really get the full experience. You mentioned before you're really interested in seeing, all these different kinds of saunas, seeing the different designs as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity for people. It's like a little sauna village. Like people can come and find out if they're brand new or if they've saunaed a bunch. They can try out a bunch of different saunas. It's not so much about like this sauna's good or that sauna's bad, but just like so many different ways of experiencing the heat, steam, ventilation, connection with people. All that's like a granted, but it's like a unique experience where there's so many, it's like a buffet of all these different kind of like saunas.
Sure, yeah, a whole buffet experience, guys, starting tomorrow here in Milwaukee. So a whole lot to experience. But guys, we've had a tough day here being in the sauna all morning long, so I think we're going to soak it in a little bit more while we leave the news.
Wait, I have a real quick question. Is there like a typical type of wood that he needs to build these saunas with?
So what kind of wood, our anchor Matthew wants to know, do you generally build the sauna with?
In North America, Western red cedar is often like what people really focus on, but like in Finland, where the tradition of sauna comes from, like they don't even have that. So there's a lot of different species, and like I'm stoked that more people are starting to learn that it's not just cedar.
So it's very versatile.
Very versatile, and different wood has different properties. Like cedar is antimicrobial, like antifungal. Don't quote me on exactly which ones of those, but like it's sanitary, like combined with the heat. So like people being born in the sauna in Finland, like there's a reason for that.
And that's not just Finland, guys. Michael's been telling us all morning long this was a tradition all across the country. We heard from another lady in one of the saunas earlier. She said that in Guatemala, they still have kids right out of the womb go into the sauna. So pretty common across the globe, at least at one time.
I've learned so much from you today, Thomas.
So
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Hey, the Olympics are full of traditions, but there's one that runs just as deep as the games are old. How this one brings together everyone with a simple souvenir.
Hey everybody, here at ShopTVDeals.com, we love to bring you products that we've tested and that we love, and boy, what an amazing deal we have for you today. Let me introduce you to the Mirage Gala Series 3-piece luggage set. Normally, this would cost you about $450. Today, though, you're getting a deal for $149.99. That's 67% off. That's a huge deal. Let me tell you why it's a good deal. Check out the luggage itself. First, hard shell cover, extremely durable. On top of that, very, very lightweight. Then you have these great hooks on the side, like you're leaving the airport, you need a place for your umbrella or your bag or what have you. Great here. You have a TSA lock back here, strong handles, an adjustable handle here in the back with 3 different heights. But here's the real winning feature. Check out these wheels, 4 360-degree wheels.
You practically will glide through the airport. It's so mobile, so easy to use. Then here on the inside, check it out. You have these cross straps right here on this side, keeping things neat and organized. And then the zipper component on this side doing the same thing. Keep everything nice, tight, and organized. Plus this big pocket giving you even more capacity. And again, can't beat the deal. 67% off all of this for $149.99. Basically, 3 bags for the price of 1. Check out the QR code there or go to shoptvdeals.com.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On weather impact alert days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
One of the most warm-hearted traditions of the Olympics Games isn't taking place on the slopes or track.
Yeah, but between like-minded people who love nothing more than to trade Olympic pins and perhaps make some long-lasting friendships along the way. Antonio Mortensen reports on the tradition from Milan.
This is an Olympic tradition you might not know about, and it's been going on for decades. It's called pin trading.
So I'm about to do my first pin trade, never done one before. I bought my first pin this morning.
All right.
This is the day off pin.
It's great.
And so what will you trade me for?
Well, I will trade you anything that you'd like on here, but I have one I'll suggest, and that is a USA pin. If you'd like that, those are very popular.
Amazing. Okay, I will accept.
Some pins may go for $300, $400.
Oh, wow.
I've seen pins as high as $2,000. And the exciting part about it for me is it's a great way to meet people. Because if you think about it, if you walk down the street anywhere in the world and you're just walking down the street, it's hard to go up to somebody that you don't know and have them accept you easily.
That's my very first pin. I love collecting the pins at the Olympics I go to. They're very special. So while I'm here, I try to get venue pins or mascot pins.
And how long have you been a pin trader?
I've been a pin trader since 1972. My first games was in Munich when I was 10 years old. By the end of the games, I wound up with 60 pins and, hi, I'm Andrew, I have a problem.
Would you do a trade with me?
I'll give you one.
You give me one?
Yeah, that's a torch relay pin from Vancouver 2010, and I actually ran with the torch. That's what this is all about. You make friends. Right here in this room, all these different pin collectors, I probably know half of them.
The origins of the Olympic pins can be traced back to the first modern games of Athens in 1896, where delegations wore official cardboard badges. But the trading of pins first began in the 1980s and is still going strong. Antonio Mortensen, CNN, Milan.
We're going to ride on the roof now.
If I ever go to the games, guys, I will look to buy a pin. We do that story every Olympic cycle, and it is something I would want to check out.
Yeah, they're very cool collector's item.
Yeah. You know, it's not a bad morning. We talked earlier in the studio that the cloud deck keeps you from getting cool at night. There's not much of a breeze up here, so really it's pretty comfortable. It is a solid cloud deck. As I look around, I'm up here on the KGW weather deck, brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. I do want to start with our home run map, and that is the snow map for totals starting later today through Friday of next week, up and down the Cascades Range. We are still projecting heavy snow amounts coming. The models, they come out several times a day and they fluctuate. So that's the most we've seen on any of the runs, 40 inches on Mount Hood. The lesser runs have been showing about 2 feet, so that's still good shape. Snowy week coming next week with snow levels below the passes. That elongated band of cloudiness is a front that's going to bring rain to us later today. Futurecast shows it moving into Portland somewhere around 1 or 2 o'clock. Here it is at 6 p.m. We're right in the middle of the rain, so it's going to be an absolute wet commute home for those main commuter hours. And then somewhere 7, probably no later than 8, the steady rain ends and it breaks into showers. And what you're looking at here is for the weekend, a lift of scattered precipitation coming up from the south. It'll be in broken bands, and it's tough to get a hold on how many showers we're going to see over the weekend or not. It does appear, if anything, Saturday has a chance to be more wet than Sunday. And total rain amounts we don't think will be a lot. And I think it's a reasonable statement to say certainly going to be more dry than wet both of the days coming up. So what you're looking at here, rain totals for the entire weekend, but guess what? Probably 95% of these numbers are from what's going to fall later this afternoon into tonight. And that shows about 1/4 of an inch in Portland and around 4/10 to 1/2 of an inch of rain along the coast. Okay, so we have a dry morning in Portland, 45 right now. Will be dry into the afternoon. The coast eventually, 45 in Newport right now. We'll see the rain picking up a little bit later this morning, and you folks will see that steady rain band as well. At the coast, about 50 degrees in Pacific City, not much wind. We could see some breezes at the beach bounce from south 15 to 25 as the frontal boundary itself starts to migrate in. Here's the valley forecast, projecting temperatures nearing 50 degrees early afternoon, and then the rain starts and that will knock the temperatures down a little bit. 7-day forecast numbers, so it's afternoon rain coming in today, scattered showers tomorrow, even more dry time and less wet time on Sunday with some sun breaks. And then there's Monday, only 46 degrees on President's Day as we get into a cooler, wet, active weather pattern for much of next week. All right, we have a big birthday party today. It starts with Sonia, who is 1 today. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a really great day. Landon is 7. Happy birthday out there on the field of play. It looks like go Cougars. Lily is 8. Happy birthday to you. Cece is 10. And then also celebrating 10 today is Ridley. Beautiful picture with the horse there. Happy birthday to you. Zayden is 17th today. We got back-to-back horse pictures. Here's Kellen, who is 18. Hope you have a really fun birthday today. Andy is 44 years young. And here comes Oscar celebrating today, 55 years young. Happy birthday to you. And that's our list. Birthdays at KGW.com. And we will celebrate with you. Here's Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up in Southeast, more specifically between Milwaukee and Selwood. Something's hanging up the drive here on northbound 99E. Maybe some road work here, but in any event, you've got about 1.5 miles or 2 miles of really slow-moving northbound traffic from basically Tacoma up, or not from Tacoma, I should say, from Highway 224 up towards the Selwood area. All right, the freeway drive this morning has been pretty light for the most part. I haven't had any major freeway trouble out there. Case in point, there's your drive times over on the west side. 14 minutes gets you in from Hillsborough, 17 minutes gets you in from Troutdale on Interstate 84. And here's a quick look at I-5 through North Portland. That easy breezy out there. 10 minutes gets you in from Main Street south to the Fremont Bridge.
I'm David Molko, the evening anchor at KGW. Though when I'm not working, I like to spend as much time as possible out here in nature. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. You see, what happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to talk about it, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that moved Portland.
In Philadelphia.
All right, 7-day forecast time. I just saw you. I'm happy to be talking again. 49 degrees. We have rain coming in this afternoon. 1 to 2 o'clock seems to be the go time. Scattered showers. Not a lot of rain over the weekend, but pretty good mountain snow. Still on track for next week.
No, keep going. Keep going. We'll get our money's worth out of the weatherman this morning. We are not out of the traffic, man, because there's no traffic to talk about. I suppose that's a good thing. There's a live look at the freeway cameras, and we are rolling along at a speed limit clip from all directions into out of downtown Portland.
And if you're still looking for Valentine's Day plans, here's another one for you. The Portland Night Market is back with its first event of 2026, and it's Valentine's Day themed. Tonight and tomorrow night from 4 to 11 p.m., you can head to 100 Southeast Alder Street. There's food, drinks, photo moments, art, dozens of vendors. Might even catch China there.
Yeah, I think my husband and I are going to go tomorrow. Saturday night. But we
said
went,
it usually gets pretty busy though.
Yeah, we bought tickets and we went first week or second week of December, and it was wrapped around the corner that we were like, okay, no.
They need more booths.
Yeah, so we're gonna go early at like 4. We'll see you there.
Very excited.
Because bedtime's only like an hour after that for us anyway, right?
Yes, yes it is.
I hope everybody enjoys their Valentine's
Happy Valentine's Day,
weekend.
boys. He's still single.
Let me do this. So yeah.
Thank you for repeating.
Ladies,
Don't forget to call your,
we're helping. We're
mom.
helping.
Are you? What?
Don't forget to call
Call
your
your
mom
mom.
tomorrow.
I will. Mom,
Single
I love you.
and loving his mom.
My mom's my lifetime Valentine, so
He
there you
doesn't
go.
live with his mom though.
That is
Just to
correct,
clarify.
to be clear.
Hey, just a reminder that you can watch this unfold every day, live exclusively on KGW Plus starting at 7 o'clock. We also have added another half hour of news at 12:30 and 5:30 right here on Plus. We hope to see you then. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a fantastic Valentine's Day. I'll see you tomorrow at the night market.